We are live. Hello, everybody, or anybody who's back watching this because nobody's in the room right now. So, here we go. Didn't ask any questions. Actually, you did ask a question. Actually, go back and read your tweet. It was a question. Getting old, Tom. Oh, that was you that didn't mute your feed. All right, there we go. Okay. I will close that because I don't need to start an argument. So, how is everybody in the room? We got a few people in here. Got Carlos, aka PremierReviewer, joining me tonight as a special guest host. As Mr. Larry Dickerson is stuck on out of work outside of the area, so he's not going to be on tonight. You know what else I need to do? I need to do my screen here a little bit. There we go. So he is he's out. So let me go ahead and put Mr. Carlos's information in the box here. And
yeah, what's up to everybody in the chat? Oh, I don't have my mechanical keyboard, so I could do it without making too much noise.
it's a little bit of getting used to this new keyboard because it's so wide. I got the space gray.
Apple. Oh, I saw that on I think it was Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It takes a little bit of getting used to because I gotta slide it over to the right.
Is it like chiclet style or something?
It is. It's chiclet style. It's the same keyboard they've always had. See, but it's
just
it's got the oh yes, finally on a wireless
keyboard.
So, but anyway, I digress. There's much better, much cheaper ones out there. I just like the look.
Yeah, one of the things I learned about peripherals is some of them can get expensive, but if you're gonna be using it, right, and you like the way it looks and feels and everything about it, like, then it's worth the money.
Exactly.
If not, you're gonna end up spending another $100 on a new one 2 years from now, and it just adds up.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's I sat there and I was like, I like my small keyboard. I got it done by Colorware. It's black. It's awesome. But it's not the extended keyboard, which is what I was always wanted. So I was like, why not?
My wife was difference, man.
Great.
It's everything.
All right, we're gonna put your YouTubes here. Your links.
Google Hangout is working pretty good, man.
So what have you been up to?
Keeping busy working, man. We just got back from vacation. I mean, not just got back, but it was like middle of March. We went to Orlando.
Oh, nice.
And as we were there, I mean, we only live like 3 hours away.
Right.
For whatever reason, we just like we should just move up here. So now it's like starting to get to the point where we're literally talking about like selling the house and moving up there. So
really,
yeah, it's like what our house is worth here.
Yeah,
will help make a huge down payment for, because the housing market over there is like it's way more affordable,
right?
And you get way more house for your money.
Where would you move? Would you move?
It'll be like probably like the Poinciana area. So it's kind of like the Kissimmee area slash because Kissimmee is really big, but
Oh, yeah, it is.
yeah, I wouldn't want to move like north as far as like North Orlando and stuff like that, like what UCF is. That's just too much craziness and nah, nah, nah.
Gotcha. Well, Kissimmee's nice because it's out of the way enough of Orlando and Disney, but it's not so out of the way that you can't get there in, like, 20 minutes.
No, yeah, it's
It's
and
literally
the cool
right.
thing about like that whole like Orlando as a whole, because when you talk about Orlando, everybody talks about like Kissimmee, Poinciana, everything's like built into that
Mhm,
word. And it's like there's like shops and everything. Like even if you're secluded, maybe 20, 30 minutes away from everything,
mhm.
where you're at, it still has everything you need. So
Yeah,
it's not like you have to drive out of your way just to, you're
right,
gonna drive regardless, but you don't have to drive out of your way just to go somewhere and go to a shopping center filled with everything.
right.
So it's just cool. I mean, and we go there probably a couple times a year. I have family up there. I have my mom up there, so
Oh, okay.
it'll be cool. Let her hang out with the grandkid a little bit more, and
Hey, you got built-in babysitting.
that's what we need. All that stuff comes into play to our decision. So I'm like,
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
be cool. It'll be cool. I mean, right now it's just talks, and like that means that we're looking around the house on like what we have to repair to get things started. So I'm like, oh god, I got to do all this painting, and
Yeah.
my office is gonna look like a freaking shambles. And
Yep.
oh man, I do not want to tear this thing down just to. Ugh, that's
Now,
the last thing I do.
I know exactly exactly what you're doing.
So yeah. But other than that, it would be cool to get like a fresh start, get like redesign a whole new office when it comes down to it. So that would be cool. But I ain't looking forward to it either. It's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Exactly. So, for those jumping in the room now, as you can see, obviously, Larry is out tonight. He, um, he got stuck at work, out of the area, um, and he's not happy about it. So, well, what are you gonna do? But Carlos jumped in, was nice enough to come on and co-host with us, and we're gonna talk some YouTube changes that are you get to the point where that there's so many different things that they're trying, and it just seems like it incites some, not others, and others feel that they are impacted more. And I think these are some of the things that some of the smaller channels experienced to begin with, and now it's been rolling out to the larger channel. So we will get into that in a few minutes, and we'll talk other stuff, and anything that you guys want to talk about in the room. And Carlos, obviously, anything you want to talk about, we talk, tech related, or that.
Yeah, I got you. I got
But no, 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 no. I
you.
don't mean that. So we can do that on an entirely different show. But anyway, so let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and get the ball rolling on the podcast side and do the introduction. So here we go. Welcome back, guys, to the OG podcast. Tonight is going to be a little bit of a different episode. Mr. Larry Dickerson is unfortunately stuck at work, and he's not going to be able to make it tonight. However, I do have someone that stepped up and was able to help us out tonight. We're going to be talking some technology stuff, and the big topic that we're going to be jumping off with is involving YouTube. So I want to welcome Mr. Carlos Peguero, aka PremierReviewer. Carlos, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, man. I appreciate you having me on. I was like,
Yeah, stepping
yeah,
up.
you want me to go? Okay, okay. Just check with the wife, make sure everything was good, and she didn't have no plans. And, it's good. It's good. I'm glad you invited me on, and
Yeah,
hopefully I fill in pretty well for Mr. Dickerson. And
I think he'll do it. I think he'll do okay. I got some questions for you too as well. Um,
good.
and we will get into that. But something that happened a week ago. It may not even have been a week ago. It's just things are going by so quick these days. It just sometimes I forget, and I think it did happen this week. But YouTube has been going through many different changes, as you and I have experienced over the years. Whenever it comes to changing the layout, how videos get pushed out to people, how channels get promoted, how
Yeah.
our channels work on the back end. And one of the things that people, and again, I mentioned this right before we went live, recording the podcast. It just depends on the impact that these changes make. It seems to be how loud the community gets. And the one thing that people have been, I'd probably say within the past year, maybe a little bit longer, have been talking about the idea of not only subscribing, liking the video, but the notification bell that is on every video when you are pulling someone up and watching a video on somebody. People talk a lot about that notification bell. And that notification bell is the idea that when a video is going live from your favorite YouTuber, you will get an email, a heads up, um, a notification on your phone, whatever. And one of the things that when you click on that, and I think is it on the phones or is it on the app only? Um, but one of the things that some people have that YouTube fails to mention is, yeah, here it is. I think is it just on the phone? Let me look here. Yeah, here it is. Um on the phone, if you open up the application and you click on that little bell notification on someone's video, at the very bottom, it'll say you'll get occasional notifications, or you'll get all, or you'll get none. And this isn't what it was before. When you clicked on that bell, you got all notifications. Like that was it. You clicked the bell to be notified when a video was, when you are my, a self or a
Yeah.
creator put a video out. Well, now they have two options or three options, I guess, not getting notified at all, and occasional. And it defaults to occasional for everyone and anyone. And when that defaulted,
No
nobody
one.
knows.
Yeah. I'm literally just hearing about that part for the first time, that it defaults to that. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
even know about that part.
Oh yeah. And that's after you've already clicked on, months and months ago, if you've done it or cared enough to do it, you've already clicked on it. And when YouTube updated what I refer to as everything that they do called an algorithm, at this point, it's an algorithm. Based on that algorithm is based on the hits that the video gets. So what they ended up doing was notifications now is 3 tier on devices, all, occasional, and none. So you can basically, you don't want to get a notification from someone, or occasional. Now on the website, on a desktop website, if you click on it, you click off, and it doesn't have like the little parentheses around the bell, that's considered occasional. And when you click it and you get the little parentheses around the bell, that's all notifications. And it defaults to occasional. And what is decided that I'm going to see someone that I have clicked occasional on there? Damned if I know. Much like you and I joining the applying for the partnership program years and years ago. What does it take to become partner? No one ever knew. It was this unwritten, what? We're just gonna make it whatever the hell we want. And that can get you in a lot of hot water, and it does. But sometimes you get to the idea where too big to fail.
I
You
think
know,
so, yeah. Definitely, it's weird because early on when I started doing YouTube,
Mhm.
felt like you had a chance to grow.
Yeah.
Right? It felt like even if, yeah, we didn't get the 301, right? The 301, everybody was like, if you got that, you made it, man, you
I
made it.
never had that.
But
That was
with
beyond our
me and my channel, like I was happy to know,
years.
like
Mhm,
if I put a video, even if it's not the popular video that that month or whatever,
mhm.
I knew it was gonna grow,
Oh, yeah.
organically within a month, 2 months. It can hit a couple thousand and then go from there, and I never had to worry about it.
Right.
But within the last 2 years, man, that has completely changed. You make a video that is popular subject at the time, and
Mhm.
you still might only get a couple hundred views, and you have you have over 10,000 subscribers. It does not make sense.
Nope.
It makes absolutely no sense. And for whatever reason, some creators benefit better than others. And it just seems like anyone who's got a certain number and below that just is just not being advertised anymore.
No.
And it
And
just doesn't
it
make sense.
it's happened in the bigger ones too.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's
the
happening there.
problem with that, the thing with that is not a problem. The thing with that is that they're starting to see
Oh, yeah.
us smaller channels are constantly going through. Now they're being affected with the monetized before you even upload the video. It's already demonetized. So it's
Mhm.
like, what the hell? Well, that's what we felt like for all these years. So
Yeah.
it's almost like some of these guys have forgotten what it felt like to put a video out and then your subscribers not get. I mean, I remember going on Twitter a couple times, and I'm not one to like to do that because I don't feel like I want to complain about it. But sometimes it's like, man, like I just posted a video. I have a backup channel that I use. I didn't even get notified in my backup channel. So like, what is going on?
Exactly, and that's the thing that really just kinda sticks it in your in the crawl. It's like, and you made a great point. The idea of being able to have something grow organically, and over the years, I think one of the, in my opinion, and I've mentioned this before, that this is like beating a dead horse, but back in the day, there were a couple things that you had that you, not you, that YouTube had, that, we all had as content creators. The featured section.
Yeah.
You also had the ability to go in and search just specific category channels: tech, comedy, um, science, history, whatever, music. You could go in, click on that, and just start going through the list of channels and just go look and see. You could hit someone that has a ton of subs, or go 5 pages down. And I used to like to be able to find people that way and find new channels that way.
Yeah.
The other thing was, and this is again, no one, it seemed like nobody cared. And it was like, you do realize that this affects you. The idea that your subscriber box, everyone that you're subscribed to, you watch a video and it just like, they used to disappear. So I could clean out my sub box to where there were no videos in my sub box, no new videos. I watched everything. So they
Okay.
disappeared.
Gotcha.
So if someone put a new video up 2 hours after I watched all the videos, they would go away, and I'd be able to see what's coming in new. So same goes for everyone else. You watch a video, the video disappears, and then it moves up, sequentially moves up to the people who you haven't watched.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is you got people that are subscribed to hundreds and hundreds of channels. They stop deleting these videos from your sub box after you've watched them, and they start getting piled up. You miss a day or two, and you're subscribed to 100 people, and 30 of them put videos up. Next thing you know, the video I put up a day ago or 2 days ago now gets pushed to the second page.
Yeah.
My subscriber never sees the video because they're not looking for it. And that's, in my opinion, that was a big change. That was the day that I felt, I could see my and I was like, well, that's one of the reasons why, and the fact that, like you said, you don't stay relevant for some reason, or you're not putting up something that everyone's looking for because you don't feel like being first or doing so. You're just not interested in doing that. You
Yeah.
want to do something that you're proud of, that you're interested in. And you would think other people are, but like you said, all of a sudden it's not growing organically.
No, it's not, and that's the biggest to me, that's the biggest problem is
Right.
that, y like, I didn't care if I ever got to the point where I hit 301 because of that feeling that I knew it was gonna grow again. Like, I have
Right.
videos that I would post, and then maybe,
We'll
like,
eventually
2 months
watch it.
later, I'll check and be like, "Oh my god, this thing hit 50,000? Like,
Yep.
whoa, that's crazy," and that was it, like, all of a sudden I knew about it like 2 months later, but I wasn't like checking my analytics every day to see how it like
Yeah.
I didn't care about that. All of a sudden that gets taken away and I'm like, why is this video not doing? Do I got to change the thumbnail? Do I have to reword the title? Like it's like a damn
What happened?
yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, and listen, at the end of the day, YouTube, YouTube, the system, the website, the company is really is really a pyramid scheme. And what YouTube wants to do is they want to turn over their what we refer to as, as content creators, employees. You want to turn that over and you want to get fresh faces in there after a while. You don't want guys like, back in the day when you had I'm trying to think of some of the people that were out there, like Ray William Johnson and who's the other guy? I don't even remember his name. I remember the channels that were on there. But those channels were just like running it. They were the ones that got featured and views and hey, they weren't, it's not that they weren't good. It's just that they were the ones that were getting the promotion. They're promoting. Well, you realize that those people, you don't really hear about them much anymore. And they're just not being pushed, or they just have their dedicated fans that are watching their videos, if they're even still doing it, or
Yeah.
they've moved on to something else. That is YouTube flipping it over and trying to get fresh content. They don't want to sit there and have the same people day in and day out, week in and week out, month, year after year after year. You get to the point where it's like people aren't going to watch that anymore. People grow up. People are looking for something new. And that's what YouTube is doing. They're flushing out the system to make room for the next big thing. And
And you
they're
can
not
tell when they push somebody
right.
because, good or bad content, no matter what, like you can see when somebody's actually being pushed by YouTube.
Oh yeah. Listen, and not that someone can't reinvent themselves. It's that those people are getting too comfortable. And when you get too comfortable doing something and money's just rolling in,
Yeah.
YouTube's gonna go, wait a minute here. The only reason why this guy is getting views is because we're pushing him. We're promoting him. We're putting him out there for everyone to see. If we didn't put him in the preferred network, he wouldn't get the views that he gets. So they can sit there and just take that away.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay you anymore. And people go, well, that's dumb for YouTube to do that because they're making the money. Well, move on to the next person.
Yeah, they can control the
Yeah,
thing is that they literally can control, the success of everyone on YouTube.
certainly.
And then you hear it through other people that like, "Oh, man, I don't know how, that video did well because it was on YouTube's front page."
Yeah,
And that means that someone discovered you. And then all of a sudden you have 200, 300,000 views in the day because you're put on the front page. Like that
right.
stuff makes a difference. A lot of people make videos that make amazing quality videos that most people have no clue. But the
They
only
never
time
will.
I learn of somebody new was if I'm on Twitter just scrolling and I see somebody like a video and I'm like, oh, what's this that he
Yeah,
liked? I'm like, oh, let me check this out. Oh man, this dude, I never even heard of this guy. Like, and then I end up subscribing. Like that's how, and that's sad that you have to do that in order to
right.
find new people. Like YouTube
Working
is
at it.
known, yeah,
It's not free.
it's yeah, it's a tough system right
Yeah.
now.
Nothing's free. And listen, take it or leave it. At this point, you know what I mean? You can anyone can we can all complain about it. All content creators can say it's not fair, but you know what? It's their company. They can run it the way they want because they can make money hand over fist from somebody else. And content creators are expendable because at the end of the day, nothing's guaranteed. Just like life isn't guaranteed. You could be dead tomorrow. And do you think YouTube cares about that at the end of the day? No. I just put the next person in there to make money off the video. That's all. And once people realize that and understand that, then they can get on with their lives. But some people will never understand that. They'll just take it to the grave with them and just complain. Some people, certain people just complain about things and don't stop. Hmm. They think that if they're going to complain about it and they have some knowledge about it, they think that people are going to listen to it because, oh, that's right. You know, listen, you're not smarter than the system. Okay. You can be an intelligent person and you can think that you have the answers in the information to put out there and you think people should listen to you. But at the end of the day, you're just another number. You're just another person. You're just another body. They'll move on to the next one. The next person will come along and think the same thing. And, you know, one or two people here or there will get noticed. People will start listening. They'll blow up. And guess what? They'll go away.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And once people realize that and understand that, then you can live a much better life knowing that you can reach a certain level and you have to reinvent yourself. Now, and I mentioned the word reinvent yourself. And I don't know if you watch his videos anymore, but Casey Neistat, the big thing, big blowing up vlogger. Everyone started vlogging like him or took aspects of his vlogs of how he did it, like a camera following him around. And it was cool. It's really neat. Well, he stopped vlogging a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, constant, like every day. Well, he just, went through his whole Beam thing, bought out by CNN and made a bunch of dough and paid off all his investors, which people seem to forget to mention that as it comes out. He doesn't get all that money in himself. He has to pay his investors off that bought into this company. So yeah, he's making dough. He's making bank. You know what though? He's got some spaces in New York City that ain't cheap. Money's got to be rolling in to be able to pay for that stuff. It don't last forever. But he came out and, he said he's going to start vlogging again every day. And he's starting a new company, like almost like a creative space. Whatever it comes down to. He didn't really give a whole lot of information other than it just sounds like, I don't know, like some sort of think tank type deal. And he's calling the company just basically by the address that the building is at, where the old Beam building was. It was 368, whatever street they're on. So he's calling it 368. That's the name of the company. This is Casey being Casey, trying to reinvent himself. Or my old company that I used to work for years ago, trying to reinvent the wheel. So, will he have some success in it? Yeah, he's got a big audience. People watch his videos, but at the end of the day, nothing against Casey Neistat, but he is, he's someone that tries to reinvent himself because he thinks he understands how the system works. And he may have a grasp on how it works or how he thinks it should work. But at the end of the day, it will only go for so long, and he can get his 1 million views, 1 million, 2 million views. But at the end of the day, he's not looking for 1 to 2 million views on his videos. He wants the ones that get more views than he has subscribers. What he refers to as a viral video.
Yeah.
And and it's so funny is people watch him and they go, "Oh, you're such a great creator. You're so talented. The way that you do this is awesome." And we've had this conversation many, many times. Everything he does is calculated. It's cold, it's calculated, and it's very business driven. People
Yeah.
think that he's doing it because he enjoys it. Maybe he does enjoy some of the aspects of it. I mean, hell, would you enjoy going around and creating basically mini movies every day, and that's how you get paid, and that's what's going to fund you not being able to have to work an 8 to 5 job, or an 8 to 8 job, or a Monday through Sunday job, or you know what I mean? Like you work when you're told to work, and you go in early in the morning, and you stay late at night. If you were able to do that, you would. We all would.
Yeah, of course.
And he may not enjoy every aspect of it because it's clearly him stopping vlogging, X amount of years ago, he didn't enjoy it. He wanted to do something else. This is going to be the same thing. He's just going to try to reinvent himself to become relevant. And I see it as he's got 9.2 million subscribers on his channel. Okay? 9 million subscribers. You put a video out 3 weeks ago or a month ago and it's got less than 2 million views. Hey, listen, I'll take 1 million views any day of the week. I'll take 2 million views. A drink, you know what I mean? A video. You put a video out, it gets 1 million views. Sweet. You know what I'm saying? That's, hey, that's awesome. But when you've got 9 million subscribers that are following you and you're busting out a 1 million or 2 million view video, that's about 10% of your viewers. That's not good. That's
It might go back to the whole, like what the whole conversation started out to be, because even someone like him is being affected. Where I guarantee you, with 9 million subscribers, let's just say, let's just give it,
half.
let's say half are actual, real, legitimate, watch YouTube on a daily basis.
People
Right?
that still watch YouTube. You know what I mean? Half of those people, like you said, half of those people that are subscribed to the channel probably don't even go to YouTube anymore because they were teenagers. It's been 3 years. They're now in college or they graduated college and they got a real job.
Yeah.
And you and I both know on a busy day at work, you don't even open that phone. You don't even look at that phone. You get done working your 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and you sit down to eat lunch. The last thing you're doing is picking up your phone. You're eating your food and you're getting right back to work on a busy day. And you come home and you sit down, and no sooner does your ass touch that seat that you go, up, I have to play with the kids. Yep, gotta make dinner. Oh, hey, honey, how's it going? Laundry, great. You'll call. Throw that in there. Great. Yep, sit down and watch TV at 9 o'clock. I'm going to bed. You didn't open up YouTube once.
Yeah, it happens.
Half of those people. So go ahead, finish your thought. I'm sorry. You're saying
No, it's the whole thing is that, like, I would love to find out what the average age is that actually watches YouTube every day. Like, I know there's people our age, I know there's people in their 30s that watch YouTube on a daily basis.
oh yeah.
I watch YouTube on a daily basis. A lot of it is mainly educational stuff, like
Mhm,
trying to learn something that I'm working on. I'm trying to learn some new technique or
mhm,
new editing tips and stuff like that, where you just learning about the camera that I might have just got, stuff like that.
mhm.
And then other things that I have, besides anything. But I would love to find out what that age is that watches YouTube, every day. They make sure they're watching 3 or 4 hours a day of YouTube. You know what I mean? Because there is I think it's guys like him who actually have that market, who have that audience that treats YouTube like, screw cable. I want to watch YouTube. You know what I mean? I remember one time I heard somebody was like, "Oh man, the YouTube's not on this platform anymore," and I was like, "So what?" This is before I really started making videos. And then I remember telling myself, like, why would that person care? And now I understand why, because now it's to a point where you watch YouTube, you watch videos on a daily basis.
Yep.
Um, like, my thing is what you said, which goes back to, you grow out of certain genres. Like, you don't get to the point where you just stick. Like, imagine if you're a 40-year-old man watching unboxing of toys. Like, if that's you, man,
Yeah.
like, you gotta go, man. You gotta find another life. Like, you know what I mean? Yes, when you were a little kid, that was cool. But you're grown up, man. You should not be watching unboxings of toys anymore. You know what I mean? So when it came to, like, with Casey, when he first started vlogging and stuff, I think I caught him around 100,000,
Mhm,
and he was still really unknown at that point. The only reason why I found him was, believe it or not, it was I was on Google Plus, and I was just scrolling through Google Plus for and I seen Dave Dugdale comment on this video. I'm like, why is Dave Dugdale comment on this dude? So I'm like, let me see what he had to say. So I clicked on the video. I was like, whoa, this guy makes some really good, like this is before anyone knew what vlogging was. I was like, this is like a cool video, man. Like this is
And he
how I
moved.
would want to make a kind of video like that. So I subscribed to him, watched him, but it got to a point after like a year or so that it was like, okay, like I'm out of this phase now.
Get it.
I
You're
took
right.
what I got from him, but I'm no longer like subscribe. I'm not subscribed to him anymore for a lot. I mean, it's been for a while
Yeah.
because I saw a pattern of stuff that I was like, yeah, this seems more like an act than natural, like it was early on in his
Yeah.
YouTubing. You know, he was just like it seemed more organic. He just seemed like it was more natural. Now it seems like it's scripted, and
Yeah.
it was
It's
like that took away from
money.
me. So I was like, yeah, I'm good.
It's to make money,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And
And I could
there's
see that
nothing
there's gotta
wrong
be
with that.
pressure. Yeah, there's
Right.
gotta be pressure once you hit a certain, number or a certain level to keep that up. I could see why it becomes now it's like, I gotta fake everything and I gotta look happy and this and that, and I could see why that would be like that, but for me, like
Carlos Carlos saw that. You
yeah,
saw that. I saw that.
yeah,
And, hey, listen, not knocking the guy. If that's what you wanna do, go for it.
yeah,
That's not what I like, that's that's why, like, when I put a video up, I just put it up just to put it up,
yeah.
you know? I get a couple 100 views, that's all it's gonna be, and
Yeah, it got to the point where now when I do YouTube, it's just merely because I want to create something. It's nothing about views. It's nothing. It's just like, hey, I want to get to the point where like I'm learning something about video.
right.
So that's the only way I can learn more about video is by creating more. So there's times when, yeah, it might be 2, 3 weeks before I put something, but I don't want to just put stuff out just to put it. I want to make sure that I put something that I'm like, okay, I learned how to do something new.
Mhm.
It might not even be in the video. It might have been just something I did or how I mess with the camera and lighting and stuff. That's just at this point of my YouTubing, like
Yeah.
hobby is that's where I'm at with it. Like I got to the point where I remember doing a video like I don't know what I'm gonna do with YouTube no more because I don't want to just do the normal tech stuff anymore. It's getting stale. Like
Mhm.
I want to figure out how to do a different style of tech video, like a vlog style tech video that happens to have a product. So I went through all that, and then I just came to a place was like, if I have time to do it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't, I'm not gonna stress about it. Like I'm not
Mm.
looking to become YouTube famous. That's not my goal. If it happened, great, but that's not what I'm like. I'm not looking to make a career out of it. It's just not realistic for me and where I'm at in life right now. It just doesn't matter like that to me. I enjoy the people who watch my videos,
And
and
that's
those who
it.
don't, then it is what it is. And then I realized like part of this whole conversation is about how YouTube doesn't even promote even the average channel doesn't get all their notifications. So it's like, why am I going to kill myself over something that like I know 90% of my subscribers don't get my notification?
Yep.
I'm not gonna hip and hoo because it's not gonna make a difference. Like, so again, it goes back to why I create is just for me learning how to do new things and learning new techniques in video editing because it really makes me that's the creativity of making something out of nothing is like what I get the biggest high from. And it's like, yo, once I sit down, I start getting sometimes it takes a long time to sit down and actually get to work. But once I'm in that little box,
Same thing.
that's where I get like the most fun out of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, if you want to enjoy it, great. If you want to do it as a business and you necessarily going to do things that you want to that you like. You do things because you think that's what people want to see. And that's fine. But I've had this conversation with Larry who's in the room making comments and Mexican guy. And, and that's the thing is, you can do that great, but can you do that, when you're 20 something years old, you're 30 something years old and you go, "Hey, I've got a good business here. I've got a couple 100,000 subs and I'm rolling and I got some brand deals going on and I'm doing reviews and promotional stuff and great. Can you do that at 40? Probably not. So you might need to you might need the backup plan. You know, I see a lot of these guys, they quit their jobs and this is what they're doing. And they've got, maybe someone that they're married to, or a girlfriend or boyfriend that's supporting them, doing what they're doing. But they're working a real job and they've got, natural income coming in, a set amount or whatever it is that they're doing, something that's considered a little bit more stable or traditional, I guess, if you want to call it that these days. But, nothing's guaranteed at the end of the day. But, you sit there and do this, and they're going through this and they're like, okay, this is my dream. I'm doing my dream. And I'm like, you're doing your dream. This is what you're going to do when you're 60. You're going to be on YouTube making YouTube videos. You're not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
So
reinvent yourself because you
you got to
can't.
reinvent yourself. And like you said, you got to learn. And however, when you're 45 years old, you're 50 years old, and you've learned to use editing equipment, use video equipment, and you expand off of that, you could reinvent yourself away from YouTube. Don't need
Yeah,
to stay on YouTube.
yeah,
And great, boom, you've just made the move. And I don't see, and again, a comment that I've been saying for years and years, and I pound it home, and it's just at this point, it's just the old guy talking. And when I see people who think that they're thinking about it for the first time, I go, yeah, I said that 5 years ago. You need to create and you need to expand your brand beyond YouTube.
yeah,
This is a platform that if you started here, it should only be a stepping stone. It should be a stepping stone to move away and have a business. If you want to make it a business, that's going to be a sustainable business model. Having your videos on someone else's server, in someone else's control, your whole entire business model is in the hands of someone sitting in a computer that makes $15, $20 an hour, that can go and delete your channel and it is gone. You've just lost your entire. That's just like, it's literally like having a business on wheels standing at the top of a hill and you've got a little block holding your wheel, and going, hey, I got a great business going on here. I'm raking in the dough. And someone comes along and kicks that little block out from your wheel and your shit goes down the hill. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
you sit there and go, oh, it's gone. I have no way to communicate with my people, with my followers. I have no way to reach out to whatever it is and say, I'd like to do another brand deal. Oh, okay, well, send us, how's your channel? Well, I lost it. I don't have my million subscribers anymore, or 500,000. I complained about it on Twitter for an hour and people ran it and raved, but I didn't get my channel back. Okay, take it easy. It was great working with you. Let us know when you have something else. And and people will go, well, the same thing could happen to your company. Yeah, you got a company, but you've got insurance. You've got, everything is insured. Hopefully, you have everything insured. It's a building. Could a tornado come along or a hurricane? Yeah, it could. But I guarantee you right now, the chances of that happening as opposed to someone deleting your YouTube channel are way different on the spectrum when it comes to that being a sustainable business. And, like someone like Larry, who has a company that he, pretty much runs where he lives. They have a building, building that they build up. It's an office, everything's done out of there. They do what they need to do out of there and they take it to other companies or do whatever. That's a solid structure. It's going to take a lot to take that away from their company because they've got insurance to rebuild and they can, hopefully they don't lose any human life if something happens with that. But, you know, it is something that is a lot more sustainable.
yeah.
And that's, and people sometimes say to me, because I say to them, oh, this could go away. Well, you could lose your job. And it's like, yeah, but you don't, someone isn't just going to come in one day. If you're doing your job well and you're doing it and the chances of someone coming in and going, get out are a lot lower on the scale than someone deleting your YouTube channel. And yes, it can happen. And yeah, Larry, you're right. When you're young, you take a chance, and that's fine. But when you're young and you go get a job, you do that job to learn. And most people, including myself, I didn't see myself, whatever I was doing, being there my entire life. When you see these guys invest everything in a YouTube channel, you don't see them talking about where they're going to be in 10 years. They just say, "Well, I'm winging it." Okay, well, what's the game plan? You got something? I'll figure it out when it happens. Okay. Well, maybe you should think about it a little bit now. And, you know, uh the difference is that there are a lot of banker jobs or GM jobs. How many YouTube jobs are there? Exactly. 1%.
No, and it really is like that 1%. Like,
Exactly. And that's the
um,
thing. That's
yeah, yeah,
that's hey, what's up, Swashin? But, and that's again, it's so difficult to kind of wrap it up into a neat bow, but I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. That there's a lot of variables to it. It's just that the statistics that it happens at a traditional job are a lot lower than it happening at a job that, like Larry said, there's 5 million people putting videos on YouTube a day, and 50 of them are going to get views. That's a Why would you even bother doing it? You know what I mean? Unless you just enjoy doing it. And
that's it.
that's what they have to see.
And that's always been the key, and you can see when someone does it and they don't enjoy it because 'cause they're thinking, "I wanna become YouTube famous. I wanna do
That's
this."
the
I'm like, it's
problem.
like, "No, man." Like, I don't care. Like, to me, I still get excited when I see that, every other month, see an ad says check. It's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, snap, I forgot about this." Like, because 'cause I'm not relying on it, and it's just cool bonus, like, "Oh, cool, I just got a little, something to put back into the channel." But,
right.
for no means am I living off of YouTube.
No.
There's no way I could do that. Now, what I do see when we keep talking about how someone is reinventing themselves, like the smart channels, the big channels are smart. Let's say like a TLD or Marquez or something like that.
Mhm.
Like what I've noticed from the distance, because I'll be honest, I don't subscribe to those guys no more just because I'm not in the I don't enjoy the tech videos as I used to. But what I've noticed from afar is that, yeah, they might have red cameras and all this, but you can tell the end goal is going to be some sort of production company. They probably produce high-end videos, commercials for other companies.
Mhm.
Like YouTube is their platform and they're doing great with it, but you could tell that like
You would
within who
hope.
knows what's really happening behind the scenes.
You you would hope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well,
tell you that right
like I
now.
said, from afar now,
From
that's what I
afar.
see. Like I say,
Yeah.
I'm hoping that those guys are doing it. It
I've
seems like some of those guys are doing it.
I've asked those questions, and you'd be surprised if the answer is not what you think.
Well, that's
Th
sad then.
That
That's
is sad,
yeah.
and you are absolutely right. I would hope that it changes to that. I would hope that it would change to that. And I've said to those specific guys, again, on my soapbox, you've got to expand away from YouTube. You've got all this knowledge and this skill. And Marquez, it's masterful. You see with it. But where does it get you outside of YouTube? You need to step away from that. And I would love to see Marquez. Really, Larry? Nine? Get out. Oh, dude, you're contributing to yourself. Um, I would love to see Marquez get on YouTube and go, good night. Go, hey guys, I am now working with Tesla, and the channel's no longer. Maybe I'll go and put some stuff up, but I'm doing production videos and marketing videos for Tesla, and my team is gonna be helping, and that's what we're gonna be doing. Peace out, you know, and I'm out. YouTube's done. I'm now making, he's now been given 7 figures to hire 5 people and himself to do videos and to create marketing for Tesla. That I would hope he's not a sellout. I wouldn't say that he's a sellout at the least bit. I would hope that something like that happens to someone like him because he is talented beyond, beyond what anyone realizes. Lou,
But they just can't. The thing with that is that you and I could see that, but if they're waiting for someone to do that, then that's their their mind frame is not in the right place.
no,
Like they have to go get that.
you
You
have
know
to
what
go
I
get
mean?
it, and I would hope
Especially
that.
where they're at now, where strike while the iron's hot, strike while your name is
Uh-huh.
got weight to it. You might as well try these things now because you can increase in value like tenfold. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I still look at it like, why do people care about the newest iPhone? Lately, that's the stuff that comes to my head. Like, who cares about the newest iPhone? Like, why are they watching? And then I sit back and I realize, like, yeah, they're not necessarily watching it for, the iPhone. They're watching it because he's their new ABC channel. He's their new entertainment. That's the new form of entertainment. Like, I'm sure if he branched out and did other videos, he would get even more because
yeah,
it's not really about the tech, it's about the person. And
yeah.
that's why, he's so successful because it's what he brings, not necessarily what he's promoting or showing off. It's his personality and stuff like that.
And
Um,
guys like Lou, with Unbox Therapy, and he's grown into such an entity, along with kind of like Marquez, but he's like on a different. It's like a different level, a different playing field. It's not quite the same. Lou is like a brand now.
yeah,
Unbox Therapy is like a brand, and he did it by not even it just sort of like he wasn't trying for it to happen. It just happened. But he was working. He was plugging and working just to like hit something. And it's not like he cared that if it ever happened, but he cared. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
cared,
He didn't
he
care
cared,
enough that he kept pursuing it. It was
right.
just not like yeah, he's not.
He cared, but he didn't care. He was like a real person that was like, he said this he says this all the time. He's like, I'm a hustler. Yeah, I hustle. I thought this was kind of cool. I wanted to do this, so I went full bore towards it. I had the capabilities, I had the money to be able to do this, and I picked up a phone, and my cousin said my phone bent in my back pocket, and he was said, "Get the hell out of here! The phone doesn't bend." So he went, got the phone, and got on camera, and son of a bitch, that thing bent. And he was like, "What the fudge is going on here?" And some a bitch put the video up and the thing. Let's, as a matter of fact, let's see what that video is at. Might be his highest viewed video. 70 million
Bananas.
views. 70 million. And the next highest views he had is 15 million. And that was a year ago for a damn cup that didn't tilt over. 70 million views on that video in 3 years. And I think like it got like 30 or 40 million within a very short amount of time. So, and he's told me this, he's told many other people this. He didn't expect that to happen. And that's the magic of a video, something of a video like that. He wasn't gonna go, I'm gonna bend this phone and it's gonna get billions of views and I'm gonna be able to pay for my next office with it. That's not how he thought.
Mm-mm.
The only thing he cared about was, will this thing bend? I don't think it will, but I'm gonna put a video camera on myself and set it up and I'm gonna see what happens. And damn if it didn't bend. And it was so funny. People like analyzed that video and had issues with it because different parts of the video were different times on the phone. And I don't know how many people he's told this, but he told us this on our podcast. He was so shocked that phone bent. He went out and bought another one, and it bent the second one, and made it into one video. By the way, I don't know how many people know that, but that's he told us that on our podcast when that
Yeah, I
happened.
remember when that whole Bengate happened,
Yeah.
and
He
yeah,
was so shocked he bought a second one and said, "There's no way that this second one will bend the same way as the first one." And son of a bitch, that thing bent. So, again, that's an honest person trying something they didn't think was gonna happen, and he got what he deserved out of that video. He got the views that he deserved, by naturally doing that video. And, and again, we would go back to the idea that, you reach a certain level, and is YouTube really pushing Lou anymore? Like, you don't
I'll say this: they kind of are.
they are, okay. I wasn't like, I don't
Yeah, they are.
he hasn't been
Because
posting a lot.
I've like I admit it. I haven't subscribed to those guys in a long time,
Mhm.
and I still see the recommendation. I
Okay.
still see them. Like I'll turn on my Nvidia Shield, and I'll turn on go to YouTube, and it's like boom, they'll be right there. I'm like, man, I haven't subscribed to this guy in like 3 years. Like, why am I still getting notified?
Okay.
The
So
craziest thing
they
that
are,
happened about this whole notification thing is
yeah.
I watched one guy's uh I watched a video from one guy like 2 or 3 times. Okay. It was
Mhm.
talking about the new camera, the new A7 III. So I was like, man, I want some information. Let me see what's going on. So I seen this guy's video like 2 or 3 times. I got a bell notification from a guy I'm not even subscribed to.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me how this even happens.
That's being pushed.
That makes no sense to me.
Yep.
Like, why am I getting a bell notification of a guy who I'm not even subscribed to?
Yep.
That's how weird this whole system is at this point.
Yeah, and, people talk about getting the little note, like the non-video note pushed to their thing saying, "Hey, check hey, guys, I'm saying hi," and they're not even subscribed to that person. And it's like, "What the fudge?" And it's so funny, I just went to the trending page, and now 5 videos down, 4 videos down, they have a section cut out, "Creator on the rise." And they've
Really?
got 5 of their videos slinged right across there, that are, they range from a month to 2 weeks old. And, they've got, whatever how many views they've got. I don't know how many subscribers this channel has. I'll click on it and look at it. 42,000 subscribers. So I don't know who they are. I don't know what they are. It just seems like they're getting a push from YouTube
Yeah.
with 42,000 subscribers. So I don't
But
know.
in the same light, because I saw Matt was in here, the fact that Matt felt his channel was dead
Mhm.
and he took time off, reevaluated himself, and decided to like, hey, let's do this again. Let's try to build this channel. And now his channel is growing again, and he's like excited about doing YouTube again.
Mhm.
That's another case where like if you put in some time and you put in some effort and you make your content fresh again,
Mhm.
like you can regrow your channel. And that's what keeps me still on the platform, because it's like, whatever, like so what, I don't get the views now.
Right.
Eventually if it happens, it happens. But if I leave the platform, it's never gonna happen. So
Right.
for me, it's like, hey, I'm just chipping away, man. I'm keeping it. I'm having fun with it. I'm getting to the point where it's like I don't stress myself out about making a video. Like
Right.
I used to be like, oh, I gotta try to make a video every week because I hear consistency is the key. Man, the algorithm's so crazy. It's not about consistency, it's about timing.
Yep.
The timing is everything.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. And whatever the topic could be, or whatever it is that you're putting a video up, might be something that people are looking for at that moment. And again, the best thing is to not try to stick your nose into what you think it is. The best is to follow your heart and put up what you think you would want to see at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And if that only gets you a certain amount of views, man, you should still be happy with that because it's something that you created that
Right.
you enjoyed watching. You know what I mean? And that's what it should be. That's what YouTube should be for everyone. Make content that you enjoy watching, because there's gonna be people who think just like you, and they'll eventually find you. Might
Yep.
take longer than others, but
Mhm.
they'll eventually find you. And from there it's just like a crapshoot, man. Like you never know what video is gonna take off, what videos. I still have videos that like I said before, like all of a sudden I'm finding out that this video becomes my best video of the month. And it's like that's why one of the things that like at the end of the screen I put best viewed video because it changes so often. So
Right.
I'm like, I like to see why that video became best view of this month. Like, what was it all of a sudden that this month this video became best viewed?
It all
And that's how I realized, like, you just don't know. You just don't know.
You don't. So anyway, but I think we've covered a good a good bit
Yeah.
there. Done this for 50
I'm
minutes
like,
already. So, but all right. So, let's go ahead and just kind of wrap it up here, and we can just chat off of the podcast a little bit there. But I have your links, as I mentioned earlier, down in the description. Can you let everybody know where they can find you, Los?
for my tech stuff, Premiere Reviewer, it's pretty much, Premiere Reviewer everywhere.
Okay.
And then I have other channels which I do not promote on my tech stuff. It's more like, hey, if you see it and you click that link, then hey, it'll take you on a different path. um, no, just you've
Cool.
been warned.
You've been warned. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, for the
Never know.
most part, just Premiere Reviewer, man. I have fun making videos and do
Cool.
vlogs from time to time. I don't take myself too serious anymore. It is what it is. I have fun. I enjoy creating content when I feel inspired to do it. And other than that, man, Mike, thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, man. We gotta have you back on again, and you know, do more of the tech talk. Maybe something a little more tech related, as opposed to YouTube tech related. Will pop up soon, and we have something to talk about. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Join us next week. As maybe Larry will be back. I don't know, but we'll wait for the next story to come up. But again, Los, thanks a lot for coming out. You guys can check us out on iTunes at the Old Guys Podcast and on Podbean under the OG Podcasts. You all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
Night. We out. So anyway, now we're still on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's just a conversation that I could have like all day, every day when it comes to trying to help people understand, what's changed, what's happened with YouTube. And it's just, I enjoy talking about it because, I'm not trying, Larry's was, joking around earlier. It's like, oh, Mike's a hater. I'm not trying to like put anyone down that wants to try to do it or is having the success doing it. Like Matt also joked, this is depressing. And it's funny, you have to have the conversation though. If you don't have the conversation, then people are just gonna go blindly right into that wall and just keep not understanding why certain things are. And I can sit back as someone who has had very mild success. We have a lot of friends that have tremendous success. We have a lot of friends who are currently um getting successful. And and I say to them the same things that I say to the guys that are now larger channels. Just it's like you gotta you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You gotta grow. Not only you gotta learn from this awesome ride that you're taking, Matt, but you gotta be able to expand what you're learning and take it to another level. And that other level might be away from YouTube. And there are some people that seem to get that and move on. And I mentioned way back earlier in the podcast, about these channels that were successful on YouTube, and you don't see them anymore on YouTube, or you're not seeing them, or whatever it was. But there was the one guy I was trying to think, Matt, if Matt's still in the room, who's the vlogger that started his own company? Then he ended up taking a break from vlogging. And maybe Carlos, maybe you know who this is. He was like one of the heavyweights um on YouTube. And his name is like really I mean, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Matt really like talked about him a lot as an influence for him, and actually met him at VidCon
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't
Yeah,
remember his
I
name
I
though.
I can't remember his name. It's, like, right on the tip of my tongue, and Matt's
Is
gonna
it like
type it up.
Carl something?
What's that?
Is it like Carl something or
Yeah, what was it? Matt's probably typing it out
Matt
right
might almost moved in with the dude, I think. If that's who I think you're talking about.
now. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Not Casey Neistat. Um, Carl Shay Carl.
Yeah.
That's who it is. Yeah, Shay Carl. And I don't, listen, I don't even know if he was doing his thing before his issues or whatever it is that he's doing as far as his family life goes and whatever. But um you sit there and you look at a channel like his the creme de la creme, 1.6 million subscribers on his channel. Now, granted, I don't know how many he lost over the months that he's been away from YouTube, but he was one of the popular of the popular. Ray William Johnson, comedian, doing equals three for years and years back in 2009, 2008, 2009, and went on for a long time. Those people that did those videos on YouTube, they were the ones that could put a video out. Hell, they could throw shit up against the wall and it would get a million views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you really didn't have to work to get the views that you got. And listen, they're good people. They did what they did for the longest time, and whatever they expanded from it. I mean, I don't know what Shay Carl's doing these days, but you know, he expanded away from YouTube, and here it is. This is a perfect example from Matt. He hated his job doing granite countertops, started a YouTube channel. He was an OG YouTuber, exactly. First daily vlogger, started Maker Studios, sold it to Disney. Boom.
Wow, that's
He
crazy.
he expanded away from the platform and doesn't need the platform anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's having his personal issues with what it is that he did with the hookers or whatever it was, his extracurricular activities. That's between him and his wife, in my opinion. But when your whole channel is based on your family, kind of puts the nail in the coffin and kind of hurts you a little bit. But um, you know that idea of expanding away from YouTube is, in my opinion, the ultimate goal. And you don't want to sit there and go, my entire business model is based on um is based on you know a platform that could take it away in a minute. He said yeah, he returned recently to vlog, and that vlog did 1 million views, almost a million views. What
So
was that, 4 months ago? He
yeah.
had an I'm sorry video it's up to 2.2 million views now. Now, of course, his two most ones after that didn't even break 1 million. And it's just like that initial comeback, but then, it's been 4 months since he's vlogged. But, you know, again, the idea that people, build on here and have the success that they have is great, but you can't sit there and go, "Okay, well, I'm happy making videos on YouTube. This is what I'm gonna do. This is my career." Um,
The hell was that?
you right there, buddy?
Something crawled up my
Oh, geez.
whoa.
Uh-oh. But I mean, there's it's just a thing that people may not necessarily understand. That people may not understand that you just can't sit there and do for the rest of your life. And you definitely need to move on. There was a guy that I used to watch, um, I'd probably say 4 years ago, maybe even longer, 6 years ago. Hold on, I'm going back on his channel right now. 7 years ago, 8 years ago. 9 years ago. He was posting 9 years ago, and he started blowing up. His name was Joe Penna, and he was Mystery Guitar Man, and he would come on and do these killer videos with these like different instruments, and he's just a real talented musician, video maker. And he like blew up for a while there, and I don't even know if he does. I'm going on his channel right now. He had 2.7 million subscribers on his channel, and it looks like he hasn't posted. It's been 5 months since he's posted. Now I'm pretty sure that someone like him is off doing something else. He moved away from YouTube. It looks like maybe a year or two ago, and he's probably making buku bucks creating something for somebody somewhere, you know. But who knows what he's doing? But it's just things like things like that. You would hope that they're not just sitting there, um, sticking their finger up their asses at home, not doing anything.
Yeah, I mean, it all boils down to, man, as long as you're having fun with it, keep doing it. The moment it becomes a hassle, take a break. And if you still feel like making videos, then come back and make videos. Sometimes you'll know who your loyal fan base is, and then you could always build off of that. But yeah, I don't take it serious no more. I enjoy it, and just keep it just simple, and that's why I've branched off doing other things, because like there's no way my mentality can stay where it was 3 4 years ago.
Oh
It
yeah,
just, yeah.
certainly.
Everybody grows as a person. That's why, like, the people who are successful today, you keep saying they might not be successful tomorrow, or maybe they will. You
Yeah,
just gotta see. Time will tell.
exactly. So that's just, and again, not that you don't, like Matt said earlier, ride the wave. Get what you can out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get what you can out of it. Make those contacts. Make that move that you can go, okay, yeah, you know what? This is great. I'm going to keep doing this for a while, but I feel like I'm making this work as well over here. And that's what I hope that people can do and expand off of that, because if you don't, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to get done and you're going to ride it too long, and you're going to need to go find a real job, and you're going to find that your skills that you learned on YouTube don't mean crap.
Yeah, just use this platform as a stepping stone.
Good.
Like Matt, he's a key example for me, because you see his
Mhm.
talent, you see he has the ability to host,
You would
and
hope
I'm
that.
hoping that
Yeah.
one day that he gets the opportunity to host some sort of show. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the thing is that he's building a body of work as a resume on this platform, and I could see that hopefully eventually happening for him. And
Yeah.
he doesn't sit around like twiddling his thumbs. Like, he literally looks for those opportunities. So I
Yep.
mean, a lot of people should have that same mentality. It's like, look, yes, I could do YouTube and I could do it full time, but at the same time, like, I'm just doing this so I can get to the next step.
Mm.
And the people who have been successful, I mean, you got YouTubers that make movies. You got, I mean, like, this platform is to be taken serious, in my opinion, because you can do those things.
Mm.
If you couldn't, then those opportunities would have never been there. But there's people who have the mentality to realize, like, I enjoy making YouTube videos, but my end goal is to be doing something else, and then I could always fall back if I had to. And
Exactly.
that's the kind of mentality that most people should have. Like, it shouldn't just be like, I just want to be YouTube famous. No, it has to be more than that. Like,
Right. And
set your goals higher than that.
yeah, and if you're, like, listen, when you're a young age, you're in your early 20s, you have the ability to sit there and go, okay, let me work through this for a few years. And if you have the support of your family and, or friends or loved one or whatever, that you're able to pursue that to see if it goes somewhere, do it. And I'm pointing to Matt specifically. He has to support a family to be able to try to make this do something, and, to expand it to something else. Could it expand to like a TV show? It could. It could, you know? And that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Or it could expand to Matt working for like a studio.
Yeah.
going behind the scenes, learning how to, to do the production stuff and helping a company that does that, and there's so many ways that it could go. You could see Matt doing his own business where he goes out and fixes people's setups up. And that's something that I think would definitely be cool to see. So Matt says stay tuned for his new series, boys. So we'll have to hit him up offline and ask him what that's about. So, but anyway, it's late. We're old. It's just there's so much we could talk about. We could go on for hours. That's gonna be the next Linus. I hope not. Oh, boom, boom. So, but guys in the room, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Los, again, thank you so much for stepping up.
My pleasure, man. I appreciate you even inviting me, and
Man,
it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I hope people got some stuff out of it. I mean,
I hope
it
so.
could sound a little negative at time, but at the end of the day, I think we're just trying to provide some realistic something that most people don't talk about, which is just like, hey, don't put all your eggs in this basket, but use this basket as a stepping stone to pursue something even greater than this, you know?
Exactly, especially at a young age. When I'm 40 something years old, 43, I think. I don't even remember anymore. But I'm so behind the curve when it comes to like even wanting to grow up yet. I think that's what it gives me a little bit of an advantage, and that I'm still kind of trying to find my way. I know that's scary, but it is what it is. And so at this point, I'm working through it. I thought I had what I wanted to do, and it might be in banking. I don't know. We'll see. But I just think I just have this young mind that gets me into a lot of trouble, and I just don't feel like I'm satisfied with what I'm doing yet. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with it yet, and I'm gonna keep on looking and keep on trying different stuff, and we'll see where it goes. But whatevs. But guys, thank you so much in the room. Matt, thank you so much for all the conversation, and everyone else. Hold that. 717 crew, perhaps. Um, and everyone else in the room, thank you so much. Los, again, thank you so much. We just need to jump on and just chat off about this down the road and do it again soon.
Yeah,
So
it'll be cool, man. I'll be definitely be excited to do that.
good deal. All right, guys, thank you so much. We will talk to you later.
Peace.